Obviously, we didn't play well enough today. I didn't coach well enough. Great credit to Michigan State. We all know what a great football program they have. Tremendous class with Coach D'Antonio and what they do. I thought our kids played very, very hard. I don't think there's any question about how hard they played. On offense, we continue to shoot ourselves in the foot at times, which is disappointing. But it's not because they're not trying, not because they don't care about each other. We just have to find a way to make critical plays at critical times. In the first half, I think we had a false start that set us back. Then we had a drop. We had a 4th and 1 where we had a false start where I believe we'd have turned, we ended up having to punt the football. When you're playing a team like Michigan State, every drive matters, especially when you get field position. So on offense, we didn't execute well enough. I thought our defense, we had 1 third down and long in the first half that we weren't quite where we wanted to be. That allowed them to get that touchdown drive. Other than that, I thought we played really good in the first half. Really played, all game, but they had the next touchdown drive there in the second half. It was 17-3, and we go out there and make a tremendous play on the turnover. Byron makes it. We had a deflected pass, makes a play, and great credit to Michigan State. They did exactly what we all talk about. They came up and knocked the football out, and got recovered in the end zone. If you think about that play right there, it would have been 17-10, right? You were talking about this far away. Obviously, the next play, they go in and we don't quite, fill our gaps as we should, and they go score a touchdown, and it's 24-3. So we're right there playing, one of the top programs in the nation, certainly one of the top programs in our league, and we're that far away from being 17-10. So our players played very, very hard. They played together. We got to coach better. I got to coach better, and so it falls on me. But I'm so proud of our players and the way they played today. We just didn't play well enough to win the football game, and that's why we play. That's why we play football. So we'll be excited to come back and play next week.
Can you describe what this week was like emotionally for the players, and do you think that led to any form of exhaustion that could have taken a toll in this game?
I really can't speak to how the players feel about the week. I think they played really hard. I didn't feel like we had any trouble playing hard today.
Coach, you talk about the players. Will we be able to talk to the players, or is that
they're going to be available to talk on Tuesday? That's when we're going to come back. This is a tough loss. We have a lot. I'm going to answer your questions. There's a lot going on, but right now for us, we just lost a football game, and so any questions we have, I'll answer them. Our players are more than capable of speaking, and they will. They've had a big week, a challenging week, but right now they're that's the great thing about this game. We went out there and played football today, and our guys were ready to play. They played very, very hard. Anybody wants to question that, we'll talk to you. We didn't win the football game, so that's where they are right now. They're disappointed they didn't win a football game.
Matt, I understand you can't put words in your player's mouth, but for you, the yo-yoing of the week and really the season, just personally for you, how was it?
I think we've done a really good job as a program of taking it day by day. That's what we've said the whole time. This week was a challenging week. I'm not going to miss. That's a fact. You guys all know that. But we came in. We worked every day. Our kids played hard every day. Tuesday things happened. Wednesday things happened. Thursday morning at 7:45 we were in there meeting and we were working. So proud of our players, and we focused on each other. And again, we lost today because we just didn't play well enough. We played a really good football team, and I didn't coach well enough.
Coach, on the offense, where do you look to improve on the offense, and how do you get this team to grow so that it competes better against the big boys of the Big Ten?
I got to coach better. That's the answer. I mean, they were leading the Big Ten, maybe whatever they're leading in rushing defense, right? They're really good. And they played really good up front. We tried to throw the ball at times. The wind affected us a little bit. It affected them too. But we had some opportunities. Again, like I said, we had a drop pass. We had a deep ball down the field that we missed. When you play a team like that, it comes down to those few plays. And I know everybody doesn't see that. Everybody's going to see the score, which is great. But that's when you really look at it, there were some really key plays in there. The 4th and 1, when we jumped on their side, we're moving. That's a big play. It's a big play. The 3rd down that we dropped is a big play. The big post down the field that, we didn't make the play on. So It's a big play. So I got to coach better. That's where we start. You know, they are very good. They're a really good football team, but we didn't play our best. So we got to figure out how to coach better and play our best football. And if we don't win, we play our best football, then we got to live with that. We got to live with it either way. But you know, our kids are disappointed because they didn't play their best football, and we were still right there. Right? We make that score at 17-10, 11 minutes to go. We're right in the game.
Matt, is Matt Barber still on this team?
Matt Barber has, he's not been around. So whenever I see Matt Barber, we'll see where he wants to be as far as being on the team.
Coach, again, defensively, the way that Michigan State was able to take charge and control of the game, as somebody who's trying to dial up plays when you're getting these 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12s, what's the most frustrating thing for you in that regard?
It was frustrating that there were some opportunities. Again, we knew we didn't come in here and think we were going to run the ball down the field on them. And obviously, if you look, I think I'm not positive on this, but at halftime, I think we were maybe 16 passes called to 10 runs or something like that. I'm not positive. That might be wrong, but Emily, you'll have that figured out at some point. I know, but something like that. So we were trying to take advantage of what they let you do or don't let you do, and you have to make plays. The wind in the first quarter affected those down the field throws. They are a very, very aggressive defense. That's why they've been so good so long. They've been in the top 5 or so or 10 in rushing defense every year for however long Coach D'Antonio's been doing it. So we knew that, and they took some things away. There were some opportunities to make plays that you have to make it when it presents itself, and that's the hard thing about our game. Every play's the play. It may be the 8th play of the game that was the touchdown. And when you lose 17-10 or whatever, it's like that was the play. Now, I realize it was 24-3. I understand what happened, but we were right there. So I got to call better plays, and we have to play better.
Coach, for the first 8 weeks of the season or so, you seemed hesitant at times calling yourself head coach, and you kind of wanted to be more the offensive coordinator. Now that there has been a permanent decision about DJ Durkin, are you more comfortable with those roles and calling yourself as the interim head coach?
Yeah, I mean, that's what my title is. We're not going to change. I think that's one of the, you'd be the same guy every day. I'm going to be the same guy every day. We've had really, we're sitting here, we're not where we wanted to be, but we're also could be a lot different too. And we've won some football games. We've played well against people. So we're not going to make any changes now in how we approach things. I'm still going to be the offensive coordinator, and I'm going to be the cheerleader for the defense. And we're going to keep doing exactly what we've been doing. We're not going to panic. We just have to play better. I have to coach better.
Talked about it earlier in terms of shooting yourself in the foot. In terms of where Kasim is that a matter of maturity? Is that a matter of just experience in terms of some of the things that happen with whether it's bad snaps or his decision making at times?
Yeah, it was all over the place. I mean, it wasn't Kasim actually early in the game I thought was playing pretty well. I thought he made some good plays and made some good reads. He had a couple reads later and some opportunities that we missed some plays, which he knows, and he was very frustrated with himself on one because we had a guy open, he missed him. But he's playing. It was all over. Like I said, if it's all over, we all got to get a little bit better. But he's continuing to get better. Obviously, the one ball slipped out of his hand, and it just kind of it's one of those days.
Obviously, you acknowledged that this was a disruptive week, but now that things have kind of been temporarily settled anyway, are you hopeful and optimistic that there can be some sense of stability here for the next 3 weeks for your guys?
All we can do is take it day by day, and I'm hopeful that our kids will come in tomorrow like they have every other day and look at each other and know that we wish we'd have won, but we're still here together, and we have 20 days left to enjoy being around each other. And that's what football is. You enjoy the season you're in because every year it changes. Players leave, coaches leave. That's true on every football program in the country. So we're going to approach it the same way we always have. We're going to just come in and be excited about, grading ourselves tomorrow. So one thing we do in this place is we're honest with each other. We pull the thumb. I could have done this better. Fair. You could have done that better. Fair. Fix it. Move on. And get ready to play Indiana.
Coach, Michigan State's punter, Behringer, he had 2 shank punts, put you guys in good field position. How frustrating was it that you guys weren't able to capitalize on the offense going forward?
It was frustrating anywhere we started, but certainly the plays you're discussing are right. I mean, I thought we did a nice job creating some pressure. Our punt pressure team did a nice job. They got in there on him. He had a couple punts. We had the ball on our side of the or their side of the 50. One of those was the 4th and 1 I'm referring to. You know, we were moving the ball and we had a chance and we didn't make the play. So it's very frustrating. As I said, I always say, I don't care if it's 63-60 or 3-0. If we win, we're happy, and if we lose, we're not. So I'm frustrated we didn't play well enough to win the game.
Coach, did you prepare for 2 quarterbacks this week? If so, how? And what makes Michigan State's defense tough to move on 3rd down?
We prepared for both because we weren't sure who was going to play. So obviously, you look at, I think obviously, and that's more the defensive staff who's doing a great job. But you look at what each guy does well. So if he's in the game, he likes to throw this, and this. He's more of a running threat. I mean, that's true. Anytime you have multiple quarterbacks who play, it's all statistical driven, and what they do well, and we try to talk about that. But you have to stop every play that they have. And then it's what makes their defense so good is they're 4-3 cover 4. They're down in there and they stop the run. They dare you to throw the ball outside. They play press. You have to make tough throws in tough spots, and you have to execute those throws. And we weren't able to do that today. So that's part of how it went.